Good evening guys, hello and welcome back once again to another Monday evening of racing with me, Boy Vexed, and the Aero League Racing's Tier 1 drivers in the Aero League Racing's Gt7 Championship, this being Season 21. This is round 7, we're here at a very wet, very moist Autopolis circuit. And I will give you a rundown through the standings. Very close coming into round 7. I think there's only 6 points separating first and second place. Obviously Plat for Life and Lewis were tied for the top of the standings last week. Coming into this week, it is now Plat for Life leading the standings, or leading the championship, by 6 points. So, as I say, Plat for Life currently first in the standings with 181 points. Lewis only 6 points behind on 175. We've got Racing Green in third place with 153 points. He's 22 points behind Lewis and 28 points off the lead. Alessandro currently fourth, 130 points for Alessandro. Zico only 5 points behind though in fifth place with 125. We've got BX in sixth with 108. Yannick's in 7th with 99. We got Rataka in 8th with 69. Then we've got Iggy in 9th with 60. Tim's in 10th with 47. We've got Pizaden in 11th with 41. Keps in 12th with 38. We've got Viking in 13th with 34. Sam's in 14th with 31. We have Mighty Mini Smiley in 15th with 25. Big Boys in 16th with 21. Capel 17th with 19. Apilu in 18th with 10 points. We've got Izadem in 19th with... Apilu on 15 points. We've got Izadem on 10 points. Unlimited Chicken in 20th with 9 points. Mafiology in 21st with 8. Ross is down in 22nd with 4 points, and Ben in 23rd with 4. And if you're wondering why there's so many people in the standings, because we've had a lot of reserves this season and a lot of guest stand-ins, or stand-ins should I say, in the way of Ross and a couple of others. Ross only making one round, he was in round 3. Yeah, that is the standing, so very close coming into the final 2 rounds. Only 6 points separating the top of the tables, and third place also within touching distance. But what is going to happen tonight? What with the weather? Plat for Life currently the fastest on track in this practice session with a 1:51.749. The closest person to him at the moment is Racing Green in the Audi, currently on the intermediates with a 1:52.2. Maybe a bit of a conservative lap from the Audi driver. Zico currently 1.7 off of Plat for Life's best time at the moment. But it does look like the rain stopped and maybe the track's starting to dry up a little bit. Oh, Tim is going backwards. Wait, what? What is Tim doing? You're not going to make the pits that way, dude. I think we may have rain in both races. I'm pretty sure I see the weather forecast, and it looks like the first race isn't as bad as the second. The first race, I think it's going to rain and dry up, but the second race, it looks like we've got a big weather front coming in, and I think that one's going to be a bit of a nightmare, the feature race. But we'll have to wait and see. The weatherman has sometimes been wrong. But it is definitely very wet out there at the moment. So Zico improves. He's actually only 5 tenths off of Plat for Life at the moment in this practice session. Qualifying will begin around 8 PM. So stay tuned for that. If you want to go and grab a refreshment or go and grab a quick snack, now would be the time to do so. And then we can settle back with the action. Obviously the guys just in free practice at the moment, so they're going to be probably testing out their tyre choices for the sprint. Tim very bravely going for a set of racing softs. And yeah, that's definitely an error as he drives straight off the track and into the kitty litter, into the gravel trap, back into the pits to get rid of them softs. So yeah, even though the rain had stopped momentarily, it's well and truly started back up and it's getting very wet out there once again. Maybe the wets are going to be the better option at this stage. Currently intermediate on the moisturometer on the left-hand side next to your tyre graphic, or your tyre wear indicator on the bottom left of your screen. So Maffeo making a debut this evening, it looks like. I'm not sure if he's from one of the other tiers. I didn't get any information on it. Normally I get information from BX. But it's fine. However, it is very, very wet out there indeed. It's going to be a very interesting sprint race, I feel. When is the rain going to come? Is it going to be raining from the start? And it did look like the first race, the sprint race, the weather wasn't as bad as the feature race. But it's definitely looking pretty dicey out there at the moment. Hopefully we're not going to see too many shenanigans. We saw a few last week at Tokyo, didn't we? Definitely a bit of spicy racing and some very awesome clean side to side. That I think we caught. I think it was Alessandro and BX going through a very windy section. Sideways. There was just, yeah, it was just insanely close between the two. But they somehow both came out unscathed. I think this is going to be another spicy one this evening. Oh, Burton's had a spin in the background there as Hill just passed. I think it was we were on board with. Yeah, he's got that car going again. So how many drivers do we have? We have got 15 drivers. Welcome along, Batter Big. Nice to have you on board, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Matty's livery is so based, he says. Matty. Let's have a look at Matty's livery. Race for Batter. Oh, that is a top livery. We race for Batter. Repping the Batter livery. Batter Big in the house. It's a very base livery, isn't it? So who do we have on track anyway before we come into this qualifying session? So we've got Zico in the GTR, Matty sporting the Ferrari. I believe that's the new Ferrari. It's the two... I can't remember what it is, 459? I can't remember what it is now, but it's the newer of the two Ferraris. Welcome along, Loki. Nice to have you on board. And Loki says, good luck, guys, to the ITM. So as I say, we've got Racing Green there in the Audi, Zico in the GTR, Matty is in the Ferrari, we got C Hill, we got Hilly in the Porsche, Ponzani in the BMW, we have Harry in the Audi, Tim is in the McLaren, BX in the Suzuki, Lewis in the BMW, we have Maffeo in the Porsche, McKenna in the Supra, in the Toyota, Alessandro in the Jaguar, Plat for Life is in the Citroen, Yannick in the second of the two GTR, Tim is in the McLaren, and Kep is in the second of the two Citroen. So nobody managing to beat Plat for Life time in this practice session as yet, but then you can see the conditions have got a lot worse. It's definitely moving into wet tyre territory. Jensen says nerf M6. Yeah, I think the M6. I think it's got its work cut out, hasn't it, in these conditions. Definitely favours the dry tyres, the dry conditions. But I think it's definitely going to be an interesting one. We're currently the championship leader, looking to try and extend that lead coming into this round. Can he sew it up in this round, or will it be a battle into the final round next week? And also, we cannot write off Racing Green, also not far behind. I think Alessandro could also maybe shake up the top three. I don't think he could possibly take the championship, but he could take third or second maybe if he has a good run. So we've had the message from Racing Green starting soon, so qualifying will begin shortly. And what is the weather going to be like coming into this qualifying session? We're about to find out. So it looks like maybe intermediate conditions at the moment. We're going to find Racing Green. So as he comes onto the track, it is in fact intermediate conditions at the moment. Someone we saw further down the field on the wets, BX opting for the wets. Maybe he's going to stay in and wait for the rain to come. He's surely not going to want to cook. Where is Racing Green? Surely not going to want to cook them wets on his outlap. So Racing Green will surely be the first person to start his flying lap, unless the rain does come early and he decides to dive in and take a set of wets. But at the moment it is intermediate conditions, and we are at Autopolis race circuit. So as he's coming up to the end of the lap, obviously we'll go down through the cars again. Racing Green in the Audi R8, we have Zico in the Nissan GTR, Harry in the second of the two Audi R8s, Yannick in the Nissan GTR, we have McKenna in the Toyota GR Supra, Ponzani is in the BMW M6, we've got Maffio in the Porsche 911 GT3 922, Hill in the sister car, we have got Kep in the Citroen VGT, Plat for Life in the sister car, Matty in the Ferrari, it's the 298 isn't it, Alessandro in the Jaguar V12 Vantage I believe, Burton in the other BMW M6, Tim is in the McLaren 650S, and we have got BX Royal in the Angry Bumblebee, the Suzuki VGT. So Racing Green now on his first flying lap. You can see Zico in the background there, followed by Harry, and the second of the two GTRs of Yannick. But at the moment, it's intermediate conditions, but it's definitely a dry line starting to form on the track already. So it's going to be an interesting one. We know the rain is forecast, but when is it going to come? And are the guys going to end up eating into their intermediates before the rain comes? Racing Green tips a couple of wheels onto the grass there. But it didn't cost them anything. Quite a technical windy circuit is Autopolis. A few sketchy cambered corners that can catch you out sometimes. You get a bit too much curb. And this final sector here also can be a little bit dicey. Turn 1, somewhat akin to Fuji. So it's going to be interesting to see if we have anyone go a little bit wide through there and end up having a spin, but Tempo says, nice to see Lewis out there. Let's go, Mafio. Welcome along, Tempo. Nice to have you on board, bud. So momentarily, Zico had pole position, but Tim has just set a 150.205. So Zico now down to provisional second place as Tim goes in to change them tyres, maybe get a second set of intermediates. And we're actually going onto the soft compound, so maybe the track is very dry at the moment. And the rain hasn't started to come just yet, so maybe they will get a lap on the dry compound tyre. But currently Tim on provisional pole, Zico sat in second place, Racing Green managed to go third, Matty currently sat in provisional fourth with Ponzani in fifth, BX is in sixth, we have Yannick currently sat in seventh, Alessandro is provisional eighth, McKenna ninth, Hill in 10th, Harry provisional 11th place, Mafio 12th, Black for Life currently down in 13th, Kep in 14th, and Burton all the way down in 15th place. And I think I just heard rain around part of the track. Who is ahead of Zico? So it's Racing Green. Is he going to stay out, or is he going to get rid of them intermediates and take on a set of soft compound rubber? We've seen some of the guys behind do it. He's managed to improve 151.041. I think now, listen, can you hear that? I think we can hear rain around some parts of the track. I think the rain is starting to come. We did see the wipers going on the Audi, and the wipers are definitely going on that GTR. So Platt for Life improves up into provisional second place, which drops Racing Green down into third, Zico down to fourth, Mafio fifth, Matty sixth, Yannick seventh, Ponzani eighth. We've got BX down to ninth now, Alessandro 10th, Hill 13th, Hill 11th, sorry, McKenna 12th, Harry down in 13th, Burton 14th, and Kep in 15th. And that rain, yeah, I think the rain is starting to fall. Who went on to the softs? So Tim is currently out on the set of softs. Currently the fastest time on the board by 3 temps. But that is sketchy, isn't it? Coming through turn 1 there. If you get on the curb too much, it's, yeah, certain death. And it is definitely dry around some parts of the track, but some part you can see a lot of moisture still, and it's starting to build once again, I feel. But I feel like it's only raining around the first sector at the moment. I think it's definitely going to be an interesting race coming into the first race of the evening, the sprint race. Obviously a 15-minute sprint as always, followed by the 40-minute endurance. Tim currently sets a standard with a 152.05. Plat for Life currently 3 temps off of him with a 155.18. Still out on the intermediates, so only 3 temps off on the intermediates. Opting to not go in and take on a soft compound tyre. Racing Green has gone in to take the softs. Currently sat in 3rd place in the standings. Oh, and Kep puts in a 47.045, and it is on the soft. So yeah, maybe the softs is the tyre to go for at the moment. Tim actually goes 4 temps faster, 156.572 on that lap, dropping Kep down to 2nd place. I think this is what we're going to see happen here. The rain definitely hasn't started to come as bad as we thought it would. You definitely see the wipers going, so it is raining on some parts of the track. It's definitely going to be getting a lot wet around there, so you're going to have to be careful, but that dry line is still definitely there. Tim currently sat in provisional pole with Kep there in 2nd. Matty is currently 3rd. Ponzani's there in 4th. We've got Harry in 5th. Alessandro 6th. McKenna 7th. Plat for Life 8th. Racing Green 9th. Zico 10th. Maffio 11th. Burton 12th. Yannick 13th. Burton was purple then. BX 14th, and in the pits, and Hill in 15th place. And here you can definitely hear the rain is falling, so I don't think. Yeah, no, there we go. Tim, he's lost it. He's gone. Who else are we going to see go? Who is behind Tim? So Tim is some way back. Who's ahead? So Cat. I'm not sure he's going to be able to improve. It's going to be getting very dicey out there, and yeah, he's going to have lost a couple of attempts through that turn. Just becoming a little bit like an ice skating rink. Oh, and there goes Kep finally. Does a pirouette into the barrier. That's unlucky, Kep. So yeah, that was a tough call for the guys who did go onto the softer compound rubber. Some of them managing to improve on their times. Some of them are going to have to settle for starting a little bit further back. Burton starting uncharacteristically out of position, as is Plat for Life. Plat for Life starting fairly low down as well. What's he going to be able to do in this race? I think it's going to be a good one. Definitely going to be a spicy one. Tim managing to get a really good lap in there at the end, 46.572. Before the rain came, Alessandro facing the wrong way. Oh, Alessandro, everybody, yeah, I think everybody's going to struggle to get back to the pits on that soft compound rubber now. There we go, Alessandro struggles to even get that Jaguar going. The rear tyres just want to spin up. Just not doing the job that they're supposed to do in these conditions. Well, that was it for qualifying. As I say, nobody's going to improve. So we're going to have Tim lining up on pole with Kep starting in 2nd place. Come on, Kep. Matty starting in 3rd. Ponzani in 4th. Harry starts in 5th. Alessandro will start in 6th. McKenna starts in 7th. Plat for Life in 8th. Racing Green starts in 9th. Zico starts in 10th. Maffio 11th. Burton starts in 12th. Yannick in 13th. BX will start in 14th. And Hill starts in 15th place. Who's your money on, guys? Who's going to take the checkered flag in the first race? What is Tim going to be able to do from pole? I think the McLaren's actually not too bad in the wet, on the wet compound tyre. So we'll have to see what he can do. But is it going to start dry and then get wet, or is it going to start wet and get dry? I can't quite remember from the forecast. I think it might start dry and then get wet. But we'll find out shortly. So the results, once again, in case you missed them, Tim will line up on pole with Kep in second place, Matty starts in third, Ponzani fourth, Harry starts in fifth, Alessandro in sixth, McKenna in seventh, Plat for Life in eighth. Racing Green starts in 9th, with Zico in 10th, Mafio starts in 11th, Burton in 12th, Yannick in 13th, BX in 14th, and Hill in 15th place. That was definitely an interesting qualifying session, wasn't it? And there's definitely, yeah, it's been very close throughout the season, hasn't it? But there's definitely some differences on the board this evening. We've got 46, 47s, 48s, 50s, 51s. All sorts of different times on the board. From the very erratic conditions. But here we go. This is coming into the first race of the evening. We're going to join the guys on track in just a second. Here we go. So Tim lining up on pole. Klaxon sounded, they are off. Oh, kept getting a really good getaway in the Citroen. He's going to take the position off the start. He takes the lead off the start. The other Citroen, the sister Citroen of Plat for Life, getting a move off the start there as well. So Tim down into second place now. Matty, oh, Alessandro's off. Alessandro's off. That's caused a massive pile up in the background. That was a huge pile up. Oh no, car's still getting pushed out. Car's getting pushed sideways. I think that is that Harry? No, it's not Harry. That is Racing Green. Just getting spun around in the background there. That's unlucky Racing Green. That got very congested indeed. That was just a chain reaction from Alessandro losing the rear. Everyone started ploughing into him. There was a massive pile up, and then it just, yeah, descended into chaos throughout the next corner. Burton up to 9th. We can still see the netcode this week from Burton. That is, yeah, it's not very great. Very good. I'm sure it can't be helped though. But yeah, what even was that start? I think we're going to have to go back and review the footage at some stage, unless somebody can throw it. I'm sure somebody will throw it up into the chat at some stage this evening. So Tim has managed to get the McLaren going once again, and he is well and truly on to the back of Kep in that Citroen, but Matty is there as well as Plat for Life. Plat for Life up to 4th place now. He's got Ponzani for company, Mafio in 6th, Gt7 7th now, Burton in 8th. So Burton's made up a few positions off the start as well after that awful qualifying. Tim's lost the position to Matty. Matty's managed to get past up into 2nd place. Matty now on to the back of Kep. Matty getting shown the long way round into turn 1. Oh, they actually get through there nicely side by side. Still side by side on the exit, but then Matty has to duck back in behind Kep. Now Plat for Life having a look around the outside of Tim. It's got very congested once again. We've got Burton up in the mix as well. Ponzani, sorry. Oh, it's all got a little bit messy once again. Very congested indeed. Does look like the track maybe starting to dry up as well, but the rain is definitely forecast. It will be coming soon. Plat for Life still side by side with Matty. He's managed to get past Tim. And he is up into 2nd place onto the back of the sister Citroen of Kep. So the Citroen looking very strong around Autopolis tonight. Kep had that brilliant getaway, managed to take the lead off the start. Tim now down into 4th. That's unlucky Tim. I'm sure Tim can come back though. He can come back from this. Still with Ponzani. Oh, Tim! Almost losing the rear there. Yeah, we're not going to focus on Tim for too long. We don't want to give him the commentator's curse. But Ket are doing a sterling job at the moment. What is going to be the team orders this evening? Obviously, Platform Life currently leads the championship. So he's gone to the inside. Matty has moved over to cover the inside. And Platform Life does take the lead. Not too much resistance there from Ket, but Ket now in trouble. Looks like he may lose the position to Matty. Oh, Matty up the inside. That was a class move there from the Ferrari. Ket now down into third. Under pressure now from Tim. Tim, who's also under the attention of the M6. Tim had a massive slide again, managed to correct it. So Ponzani currently fifth. He's got Zico for company. Zico not far behind at all. And then we have Mafio in the Porsche and the M6 of Burton not far behind as well. That dry line is definitely starting to form on track, isn't it? The guys not really wanting to cook them intermediates too early. They might have to risk going and putting on another set of tyres, which is not ideal in a sprint race. Oh, as Ket loses the position to Tim. Oh, he's lost it to Matty as well, so Matty's managed to get past Ket, and Ket's also lost the position to Tim. Ponzani now looks like he's maybe going to lose position to Zico. Zico trying to set a move up in the background. We've also got Mafio and Burton also getting very close indeed. And yeah, everybody starting to move over to try and find the wet stuff to cool them intermediates down. The wiper is going on that Citroen, but it does look quite dry out there at the moment. I think they're going to be praying that the rain does come soon. Oh, we can definitely hear it around parts of the track. So the rain is definitely starting to fall once again. So they'll be able to start pushing on the intermediates once again. The intermediates on that Ferrari looking a little bit worse for wear on the front tyres. I think it's going to be interesting to see how well the M6 copes with it in these conditions as well, because it's very heavy on the front tyres. But McLaren looking good at the moment, so Ket down in fourth place now. He's lost a bit of time to Tim up ahead, and Ponzani up the inside. And he will take that position. No, they're still side by side on the exit. Ket comes back, it's going to be his corner, this next right-hander. Can he keep that fourth place? And Zico wants a bit of the action as well. Zico up the inside there of Ponzani. Ponzani gets forced out wide onto the grass. Oh, Mafio wants a position too. He manages to get through up into sixth place. Tiny bit of a nudge from the M6, who now has his teammate for company, Burton. So two M6s running 7th and 8th at the moment. Mafio up to 6th, Zico's up to 5th, Ket holds on to 4th. Tim well and truly on to the back of the Ferrari as he does a moment. Matty, I don't know how he held that. He's definitely lost a tenth or two to Tim. Tim's going to move over, take the wet stuff on the outside line, and is he going to get past before turn 1? Yeah, he does. So he gets a move sewn up before the turn. Now he can focus his attention once again on Plat for Life. And we've seen how fast Tim is. Tim is a quick driver when he puts his head down. So can he reel in Plat for Life? Plat for Life currently with the fastest lap in this race, a 1:50.859. It's still looking like it's dry conditions on track at the moment. Looking at the moisturometer, there is definitely moisture or wet stuff still on the track, but that Ferrari starting to eat its tyres now. I wonder, I think Matty's going to have to potentially take on another set of tyres if the rain doesn't come heavily in the next lap or two. Some of the cars around him are going to be a lot more generous on their tyres. So Cat currently running in 4th place. We've got Zico in 5th. Mafio is in 6th. We've got Burton now in 7th. He's passed his teammate. Free to try and put his attention to the Porsche, who is really giving Zico a run for his money at the moment. Mafio in his debut to Tier 1. So Burton's there in 7th. Ponzani now in 8th. BX Royal. BX currently sat in 9th place, and I think the rain is starting to pick up a little bit now, and it can't come too soon for the guys out on the intermediates. Is BX he's on intermediates this time round. So Yannick sat in 10th place at the moment, racing green, down in 11th. Alessandro in 12th, and Alessandro into the pits now to get rid of them intermediates. McKenna also into the pits. Look at his intermediates. That front left has left the chat. So the rain is well and truly starting to fall once again. We've got another 3 laps to go. How bad is it going to get out there? Are the intermediates going to go to the end, or is it going to become too wet? Are we going to see wet conditions before the end of the race? A Platt for Life only with 7/10 now over Tim. He had around 1.7 seconds before, didn't he? Has he had a moment somewhere? So maybe Platt for Life having a little bit of a moment somewhere. We didn't see it happen, but he has lost around a second to Tim. And in fact, these guys, the top 2, have now pulled out around a 2.7 second gap back to Matty in 3rd place. I think that's due to the tyres on that Ferrari just dying a little bit of a death. I think Matty's probably struggling a little bit with the tyre wear. So Tim is into the pits, decides to take on a fresh set of intermediates. Or will it be the wets? Oh, Matty's starting to get a little bit squirrely out there. Oh, Zico's off in the background there. Burton with half a second up into 4th. Ponzani now 5th. Mafio is 6th. BX up to 7th. We have got Yannick now in 8th place. Racing Green up to 9th. Zico down to 10th. That's unlucky, Zico. And then we see Tim now out on wet, and I think it is definitely going to turn into wet conditions soon. So I think that's possibly the right choice from the McLaren driver. I'm not sure the guys on the intermediates are going to be able to take him to the end. I think some of them are definitely going to be pitting again. And Alessandro also out on wets now in 13th place, chasing down a 12th place Harry. Hill with a 3-second penalty. That is for crossing the pit line either on the entry or the exit. That's unlucky, Hill. I keep wanting to call him Chris. I don't know why. McKenna. Big Bazza. Down in 15th place. Bit of a twitch there on the rear of that Supra. Or is it netcode? I think it might be netcode. However, Platt for Life now with 5.3 seconds over 2nd place Matty. Oh, it's definitely getting a little bit dicey out there. Is he going to take on... No, he's not. He's gone past the pit entry already. It's on the left-hand side of the track, isn't it? So daringly staying out on that intermediate tyre. He has got a nice bit of a gap back to Matty. But we have got guys around him on a fresh set of tyres, fresh set of wet compound, which is definitely going to be coming into their own in these conditions now. The conditions, not very nice at all. It's more than a little bit moist out there now. It's definitely, you need to send for Noah and his Noah and his Oa. What the hell's Oa? But Platt for Life extending that gap once again as Burton getting a move done in the background, I think. Oh no, it was that. It was Kep, wasn't it? Kep has had a moment. He's into the barrier. He's got damage now on that Citroen. Can he get it going? So Platt for Life doing a good job at the moment. He's extending that gap to second place Matty. But Matty, if he manages to keep it here, this could be a good finish for Matty. Go on, Matty. And Burton has managed to find his way through to third place now. Only 3.2 seconds off of second place Matty. Also still out on the intermediate tyre. Maffio, not a bad outing for Maffio. That's going to be some good points in his first race into. Oh no. I'm sorry, Maffio. Racing Green up into fourth place now. 5.5 seconds to the top three. Then we have Ponzani there in fifth place with Tim now in sixth. So Tim crucially went for a set of wets, didn't he? And I said them wets are going to be coming into their own, but it is the final lap now. Is he going to be able to do enough to maybe be able to challenge the top three on this final lap? Up into fifth place now. It's definitely going to be very sketchy for those who have stayed out on their first set of intermediates. So Bonzani down into sixth place now. BX Royal under the attention of Yannick. Yannick up the inside into the right hander. Yannick, BX keeps it on the exit. Yannick still putting him under some pressure though. Yannick does finally move up into seventh place. BX finds himself now in a GTR Sandwich Zico. Very heavily worn intermediates. And Maffio re-emerges there in 11th place. It's unlucky Maffio, doing so well, dude. So well. We've got to go on board with this guy here who slides it into this left-hander. He's having a laugh, isn't he? He's just having a bit of fun out there now. Platt for Life. Good drive, mate. Finishes, takes the checkered flag, finishes in first place. Matty, what a drive from Matty as well in the Ferrari. GG's, mate. He takes second place. Burton, that was a drive there from Burton as well to take third in the end. And Tim takes fourth. Racing Green will take fifth. Yannick takes sixth. Ponzani seventh. Zico eighth. BX takes ninth. Kep takes 10th place. Maffio 11th. Alessandro will take 12th. Harry comes home in 13th. Hill will take 14th. And McKenna, last but not least, he's going to bring that Supra home in 15th place. Well, that was race one, guys. That was a sprint race. Done and dusted and out the way. So we will give you your reverse top 10 grid before the feature race starts. So the results once again, Plat for Life took the win there with Matty in second place, Burton in third, Tim was fourth, we had Racing Green in fifth, Yannick was sixth, Ponzani seventh, Zico was eighth, BX was ninth, Kep in 10th, Mafia was 11th, Alessandro was 13th, Harry was 13th, Hill in 14th, and McKenna was 15th. So that puts your reverse top 10 grid, puts Kep on pole, with BX starting in second place. We're going to have Zico starting in third, Ponzani in fourth, Yannick will start in fifth, with Racing Green in sixth, Tim will start in seventh, Burton in eighth, Matty starts in ninth, and Platt will start in 10th. Then we're going to have Mafio starting in 11th, Alessandro in 12th, Harry in 13th, Hill in 14th, and McKenna in 15th place. Well, that was a good one, wasn't it? Bit of a messy start to the race. But that was a cracking recovery drive there as well from Racing Green, wasn't it? Who was all the way at the back at one point. So Plat for Life crucially extending his lead in the championship. Lewis finishing in third in the end there though. And he will start ahead of Plat in the feature. So there you can see the weather conditions for the next race. That is the weather forecast. It's going to be absolutely bucketing it down. I had to carefully choose my words there.
Recovery in a terrible pouring rain.
Yeah, that was a recovery as well, Lewis, for sure. You did well, mate. The M6 used to be absolutely godly though. It's such a good all-round car. I don't know what it did to it. It's definitely had some kind of a nerf. Still competitive around some tracks, but other tracks, yeah, awful and awful in the wet.
Thank you.
Jensen says the M6 is busted in the rain. I don't think it was always the case. Badabix has put a big hill on pole and he might not drop to the P14. You never know, mate. You never know. I think with the conditions, it could be anyone's race coming into this feature, especially after shenanigans we saw in the first one. And what a race from Matty there. Cameron. I don't know, but what is going on with the netcode, man? It's got dead choppy. Was it? Whoa, wait, what? I'm not sure what we just saw there. There's some weirdness going on within the lobby. Oh, it's Harry. Go on, Harry. Harry goes for a bit of a drift. So this isn't the feature race, guys. That will begin shortly. This is just, again, free practice before the feature. Oh, was that Sea Hill? Is that his name? Cameron Hill. Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was Chris. Like, I think I must know a Chris Hill or something. Or is that like someone famous? Cameron Bottle Hill. Asterix.
Sea Hill, Cameron Hill.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And Matthew, what happened to Matthew? That was unlucky, wasn't it? That was unlucky for Matthew to have that spin when he did. He was doing so well, holding on to that 4th place, and oh no, there he goes again. Every time I start speaking about him. I'm sorry again, Matthew. It's a good job it's not the race. I'll try not to speak about you in the race. I promise. Commentator's curse in full effect. Harry is going to lose it around this next left-hander. Oh, but he doesn't. He keeps it going. Go on, lad. There we go. So it isn't a thing. Or is it? So yeah, very wet conditions coming into this feature race, the final race of the evening. And it looks like everybody potentially going for the wet compound tyre in the first stint. Or is it going to be wet all the way to the end?
Straight up abusing the commentator's curse.
Yeah, yeah, as you do. Well, you got to see if it works, haven't you? But yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting feature race, this one. Is it going to dry up enough at all to take the intermediates on at some stage, or is it just going to be wets through to the end? Are they going to have to take on a second set of wets as Zico? Oh, this is going to be a spicy one. This is going to be a spicy one. So Kep lines up on pole for the feature race with BX there in second place, Zico in third, Ponzani in fourth, and it is a rolling start as always with these feature races. Reverse top 10 grid as well. The klaxon sounds and they are off. Kept getting a really good getaway there, as you would expect from the Citroen. Where is Plat for Life? Has Plat for Life got a really good getaway, as you would expect? And in fact, no, he's still there in 10th place, unable to find his way past the Ferrari. In fact, no, he has finally managed to get past, and Matty down to 10th. Platt is up to 9th as he tries to go around the outside of Burton. Burton going up the inside there of Tim. So we've seen a few moves made already early doors in this feature race as Kep manages to stretch that gap to a second. He's managed to break the toe back to the Angry Bumblebee, the Suzuki VGT of BX Royal. As I say that, Royals actually started pulling back in. It actually doesn't look too bad in the wet. I thought maybe the poor little thing was going to struggle, but it's actually not doing too badly. Managing to keep the GTR behind, so Zico there in third place. 5 tenths to the car ahead, which is BX Royal. Then we've got Ponzani in fourth, Racing Green in fifth. Lewis says thank you. What's Lewis saying thank you for? Yannick's there in sixth place. We have Tim in seventh. Platt is in eighth. Oh, Lewis is down to ninth. Are they still? I'm not sure. Oh, as Yannick picks up half a second's penalty. That is going to drop him behind Tim. Maybe Platt for Life isn't going to have to work too hard for the next two positions. But I think Tim's going to do his best to try and stay ahead, and we've seen that McLaren is pretty good in the wet, so I think if anyone can do it, Tim can. As I say that, Plaid for Life is starting to make a run down the start finish. Tim is going to hold that inside line. Has the Citroen got enough grunt? As he tries to go around the outside, does have a look, gets a little bit squeezed on the exit, manages to keep the car there. A little return tap there on the exit. Tim keeps the position. So that second gap has now come down to 4 tenths. Kep has been reeled back in by BX Royal and Zico there in third place. Oh, as BX goes deep, that's allowed Zico through. Zico up into second place. What happened there? Not sure what happened there to BX. Zico's tyres are definitely worse at this stage. I think BX maybe just had a little moment, just outbraked himself ever so slightly, went a little bit deep, and that's all she wrote. And the rain is definitely well and truly starting to fall around Autopolis circuit. Zico really starting to put the front screws on Kep ahead, starting to really apply the pressure, trying to force Kep into a mistake. And Kep staying cool as a cucumber at the moment. Zico moving over early to take the wet stuff, and I think Kep was a little bit tentative. He wasn't sure how close he was, so gingerly moving back over. Oh, now we've got Robot Lady going off on a mad one. Just ignore her. So yeah, Kep really starting to feel the pressure from Zico in the GTR. Zico wants that position, wants to try and take the lead of the race. Looking really comfortable on reasonably worn wet compound tyres now. They've pulled out a little bit of a gap to the cars behind. Oh, BX Royal's dropped a few positions now, down to 6th place for BX Royal. Zico was sizing up and moved up the inside there. Oh, it's Kep. Kep slid deep, but so Zico almost loses it. How the hell did these two not have it coming together? That's the caliber of racing out here at the moment. Kep and Zico putting on an absolute show at the front. Racing Green has managed to move up into third place. We've got Ponzani there in 4th. Oh, and Tim's up to 5th. Oh, it's Tim. Tim looks for the move up the inside there, and Ponzani. He just had a bit of a moment, didn't he? Through the left-hander, that opened the door there to Tim. Tim managed to get a McLaren through up into 4th place. Ponzani's going to have to work now to keep Yannick behind him and see. Oh, Yannick at the moment in the GTR. That's an open door there to Plaid for Life. Plaid for Life up into 6th. Matty's up into 7th. Yannick rejoins in 8th. He's going to lose that position now to Burton, who moves up to 8th. Yannick drops down to 9th. Oh my gosh. And up ahead we've got Plaid for Life. Plaid for Life looking for an opportunity against Ponzani up the inside. Is he going to sew that move up? He does. Matty's followed through as well. So Ponzani down to 7th. He's going to come under pressure now from his teammate behind Burton. Is there going to be any team orders here? Is he going to let him just move through? Well, actually, no, he's not. So you thought he would have let Lewis through, but Lewis has to sling one around the outside. Yannick follows him. Ponzani down to 9th. All sorts of positions being swapped now as these conditions are getting very dicey out here indeed. Zico managed to get past, kept momentarily, but kept managed to get back past into the lead. Zico unable to find his way through once again. Racing Green now putting Zico under pressure in the Audi. He's been looking after his tyres, it looks like. The tyres on the GTR look a little bit more second hand. Zico had a tiny bit of a moment there. That has allowed Racing Green to close the gap once again. Racing Green looks very racy indeed. But they all look pretty comfortable at the moment. There's a few little mistakes being made. Oh, Kep's had a huge one! That's opened the door there to Zico. Open the door to Racing Green. Racing Green's alongside. Kep's going to have the inside for this next right-hander. But Racing Green up into second place. Zico into the lead of the race. How long is Zico's tyres going to last? He's been trying for the last few laps to get past Kep. He's finally managed to do it. Oh, it's Kep. Oh no, Kep's got it all wrong. Oh no, that's unlucky Kep. Having a battle there. Totally outbraked himself. Racing Green almost got wiped out. That has closed the door once again. 2 cars behind though. Tim up into second place. Plat for Life has managed to move up into third. We've got Zico there in fourth. Matt is in fifth now. We've Burton in sixth. Kep in seventh. Yannick's in eighth. Bonzani 9th. Harry 10th. Hill is 11th. BX 12th. Alessandro 13th. Maffio 14th. McKenna in 15th place, but no huge gaps at the moment. McKenna managing to stay in touch with Maffio. Racing Green wait. We've seen more positions being changed in the background. Oh, Racing Green almost losing it through that right-hander. The Audi just drifted out left, almost onto the grass. That was sketchy stuff. Definitely a brown trouser moment there. And I think Tim as well having his fair share of moments in the McLaren. Plat for Life doing all he can to try and close the gap to the top two. But it's absolutely raining cats and dogs out there at the moment. Aye. Zico down to fifth. What can he do? I'm sure he can make up a few positions still. We've got a long way to go. We're only 6 of 23. On lap 6 of 23. So Yannick not far behind. Well, 3.9 seconds off his teammate at the moment. We've got Kep in 7th place. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that would be the sportsmanlike thing to do, wouldn't it? That was what happened. But yeah, I think normally it's up to the stewards, isn't it? But if they caused an incident which caused someone to lose position, then they should give the advantage back. So Racing Green still holds the lead. Tim has dropped a couple of attempts off the back of him. in McLaren. And Platt Life down by 1.5 seconds now. So maybe the Citroen's starting to struggle with these conditions, even on the wet compound tyre. They have still got a lot of meat left on the bone, but it's going to be quite hard to keep the temperatures in, I would imagine. So Matty now 1.2 seconds off the back of Platt. Zico 1.7 off the back of Matty. And he was in the lead of the race, so something's happened somewhere. It looks like everything has calmed down for the minute. Not really any noticeable battles going on track. McKenna, his tyres are looking very second hand at the moment. He's up to 11th. Burton is down in 12th. We've got Alessandro in 13th. So Burton and Alessandro have pit. They've taken on a fresh set of tyres, as has Ponzani. And Maffio down in 15th now. Did he go for an early pit stop? I think he might have gone for an early pit stop. But no, he hasn't. I'm talking nonsense. He's on the same set of wets. Racing Green has managed to find even more time, and he's now out of the slipstream range. He's not going to be pulling Tim along the straights anymore. 1.2 seconds is the gap. Back to second place Tim. Will these guys decide to pit as well? Oh, both cars starting to slide now. And the gap back to the third place Citroen is now 2.1 seconds. So Kep now down in 8th place, we've got Hill there in 9th. So the guys who have pit, BX's pit, he's taken on a fresh set of wets, has he? I'm not sure he has actually, I think they're the ones he's taken from the start. I think some of the cars just, as I say, more generous with their tyres, with their tyre wear. No changes at the front at the moment. It's still Racing Green, Tim, and then Platt in third place. As we see position in the background there, I think Hill just getting the position on Harry. I think Harry may be serving a penalty. Down to 9th, Hill's up to 10th. Almost onto the back of Kep. Oh, bit of a slide there though. So actually, momentarily momentarily into slipstream range. And absolutely treacherous conditions out there at the moment. A nice bit of breathing space over 9th place now. Cap maintains that 7th place for the minute. Oh, Zico with a huge slide through the final turn. Losing a bit of time to Matty up in 4th. Matty, who's actually started to creep back into the range of Platter for Life in 3rd. Can he close that gap anymore? Can he turn it into a battle for 3rd place? He's looking quick at the moment. Ooh. So actually, we've been on board with some of the guys, and like, you'd expect a lot of people to run traction in the wet. Matty is running 0 traction in the wet, so my hat's off to him, because yeah, it takes a lot of balls to run 0 TC in the wet, and he's actually making it look easy at the moment as well. It's got to be the livery, it's got to be the Badabig livery. We race for Badabig. Definitely showing some battle scars on that car. And it looks like Platter for Life maybe coming to life again. He's managed to start closing that gap. He's closed a couple of attempts up to Tim. It was around 3 seconds. It's now down to around 2.6. The McLaren squirms under braking into turn 1. It's definitely a very sketchy moment, trying to brake from probably around 130, 140 mile an hour into turn 1 in the wet. And in fact, Tim also running 0 TC, as is Racing Green. We've definitely seen some of the guys opt in for maybe 1. It definitely gives you a little bit of a safety blanket. So around halfway through this race now. Racing Green leads by 1.9 seconds, 2 seconds momentarily. It is around 2 seconds anyway. Tim comfortably in 2nd at the moment in the McLaren. Has almost 3 seconds of breathing space back to Platter for Life in 3rd. Platt in the Citroen. Big twitch there from Zico through turn 1. Just see his teammate creeping into shot there now, Yannick. So Zico's lost a fair bit of time to the top 4 over the last few laps. And you can hear that rain really starting to pour now. I wonder if that's going to force the guys that haven't pitted for a fresh set of wets to decide to pit for a fresh set of wets. Because they're definitely going to be starting to feel a little bit sketchy. So Kep has lost the position down to 8th. Phil is up to 7th. Harry not far behind Kep now. Can Harry manage to take a position away from the Citroen? But Kep Citroen actually not doing too badly on tyres. I'm not sure what's going on with Kep. He had that big moment, didn't he, where he nearly wiped out Racing Green, but it was only a mistake. I think he just outbraked himself in the heat of the moment with a battle, and I don't think he actually wiped anyone out. It was very close. So Burton and BX now having a bit of a battle. Burton pit for a fresh set of wets. Hill is now into the pits. Burton really starting to put the pressure on. He's going to look for the inside line into turn 1. That Suzuki really does got some oomph in it. It really has got some oomph in it. Got something special under the hood. Definitely giving the M6 a run for its money down the start finish. Wasn't quite able to keep the position. Still only 6 or 7 tenths back as it drops to a second. However, Burton has got 10 seconds up ahead to Harry in 8th place. Are these guys going to decide to start taking a pit? So Platt for Life has managed to reel the McLaren in somewhat. The gap is now down to 1.2 seconds between 2nd and 3rd. As it does sound like maybe we have a break in the rain. So maybe we're going to see a dry line start to form around some parts of the track. It's definitely falling still around some parts. Which is the beauty of your racetrack. You can have rain around turns 1 and 2, and then nothing around 5 and 6, and then maybe some around 10 and 11. So yeah, the rain has definitely stopped falling around parts of the track. We definitely still have some around other parts. But it's currently turned into intermediate weather out there, which is interesting because everybody's still currently on the wet compound tyre. I think the rain is in for the duration. will anybody decide to try and run the intermediates to the end? So Lewis has pulled out 2.8 seconds over the Suzuki. So these guys, I believe, have all been in for a pit stop now, out on a fresh set of wets. Ponzani leads the three of them. McKenna a little bit deep on the brakes. Oh, that's opened the door up there to Hill. Hill's managed to get through up into 12th place now. McKenna down to 13th, 7.2 seconds ahead of Alessandro. In fact, McKenna hasn't been into the pits, has he? So Hill out on a fresh set of intermediates. Ponzani has opted for the wets. I said that, didn't I? I wondered if we see anyone opt for the intermediates. Hill has done so. So what can Cam do on them intermediates? Really putting Ponzani under some pressure. Manages to get the move done. Up into 11th place. They're going to be feeling beautiful at the moment. Can he start to chip away at that 10 seconds up ahead to BX Royal? He's going to be pulling Ponzani along the start finish, but Ponzani has to move over and start taking that wet stuff on. McKenna now into the pits. What will he do? Will he take on a set of intermediates, or will he go for another set of wets? Oh, it's Hill! He drives off the... Oh no! It's all gone wrong. Oh, Hill, that's unlucky, dude. Ponzani retakes 11th place. So maybe intermediates wasn't the call. But I think maybe just outbroke himself a little bit. There's Zico having a moment in the background. Whoa. Managed to keep that GTR going. He's actually not lost too much time to Matty up ahead. Matty has lost a little bit of time to Plat for Life. 4.7 seconds is the gap now. Plat for Life still only managing to reel Tim in to around a second, and that gap stayed quite consistent for the last 2 or 3 laps as Plat for Life drives off the track. Plat, a little bit of an error there from Plat at the end. Oh dude, has to try and get some of the dirt off of them tyres. Feeling a little bit sketchy out there. He's only lost a couple of temps. He's still got plenty of time to try and reel Tim back in. On lap 16 now of 23. And I've got a funny feeling these guys at the front are probably going to try and go to the end on this set of tyres. Racing Green looking good for it at the moment. As long as he manages to keep them cool and doesn't wear them too much. In fact, Tim's actually looking alright as well. As the Plat for Life, they don't look too bad. Matty's starting to look a little bit worse for wear. He's still got 6.3 seconds over Zico. Zico's fronts definitely look a little bit second hand now, as do Yannick's, but we expect that with the GTR. The GTR very front tyre heavy. Kept 10.3 seconds off of Yannick now, but 6.3 seconds he has over Harry. And it was around 10 seconds before back to Lewis. It's now down to 4.2. Maffeo has DC'd. So Burton is starting to catch the cars ahead on that fresh set of wets. BX looking after his tyres really well. I think he's going to try and go to the end as well on this set. Or will he have to pit for fuel? Does look like he's used a little bit more fuel, or maybe that Suzuki a little bit more heavy on fuel than some of the other cars. He's down to nearly a quarter of a tank. Ponzani on a fresh set of wets. Has he filled up in the pits? We'll have to check on board with the other guy. Hang on, let's have a look at Yeah, so the other guys that haven't pit, well, Matty just under quarter of a tank, but Plat for Life, Tim and Racing Green still just over quarter of a tank, so definitely a little bit of fuel saving has been going on with them cars. Oh, Zico, big slide again, but keeps it going. I think he's just having fun out there at the moment, isn't he? Definitely looks like it. Just a nice little controlled slide. But yeah, the GTRs have definitely eaten into their tyres a fair bit. So Cap 7th, Harry 8th, Lewis has pulled that gap into 1.9 seconds now. Currently sat in 9th place. He's got another 6 laps to try and do something. But that BMW not very good in these conditions. BX Royal having a bit of a lonely race at the moment. Oh, BX! Why is it that turn? The same thing happened to Mafio earlier in the sprint race. Oh, BX. Ponzani is going to close the gap now to BX. And he's on the fresher set of wet compound tyre. Only a few laps old. Oh, BX. I'm sorry, dude. I feel like that was commentator's curse once again. That's Ponzani getting shown the long way round, but will he get the move done? On the fresher compound tyre, aided by the fresher rubber. BX bravely tries to outbrake him. He did a great job of defending, but just can't hold on that warm, wet set of tyres. Ponzani up into 10th. 19.7 seconds is the gap to his teammate up ahead in 9th place, who is well and truly into, or will be into slipstream range in a couple of corners. So Harry's tyres definitely a little bit second hand now, and he is coming under increasing pressure from Burton behind. Matty is now into the pits. I thought we'd see him go into the pits. I thought he'd have to. You'd have to take some fuel on, take on a set of, there's another set of tyres. There's Kep having a bit of a moment through the final turn. Out onto that grass that we saw Plat for Life do earlier. Has cost him a little bit of time to the cars behind us. Burton goes up the inside of Harry through turn 1. Harry just went a little bit deep on the brakes there. Not wanting to give up too easily though, still giving Burton a run for his money through this first sector. Oh no, Harry! As he does lose time now. That's unlucky, Harry. So Burton on to the back of Kep now. He needs to try and get past Kep soon if he's going to stand any chance of trying to get onto the other cars ahead. But he's definitely got his work cut out for him in these conditions on pressure set of wet rubber. Kept being a tricky customer. Doesn't want to give the position up. Obviously has another moment. Burton's just got to play the patient game here. He's not going to get it done through this windy final sector. But he will, however, surely get a good run down the start finish. And there we go. Well and truly in the slip. That Citroen is a bit of an animal along the straights though, isn't it? Is he going to be close enough? Here we go. Pulls out along the inside. Going to be later on the brakes. Does he manage to get a move to stick? Kept trying to come back with a switchback. Actually back alongside now is Kep. It's neck and neck between these two. Kep does move ahead momentarily. Burton sweeping back around the outside with the fresher tyre. Kep still trying to come back though. Still trying to refight for that position. I don't think he's got enough left in the tyres. Oh, that's been a big moment there. Massive snap of oversteer. Still giving Burton a run for his money. The BMW just getting the better exit through that last left-hander. Still very close between these two. Well, that newer tyre. Oh no, Kep! Kep! Oh, Kep! That's unlucky, Kep. He's going to lose that position to Harry. Harry moving up into 8th place. I think just getting a little bit too eager on the throttle there. Just having a massive snap and ending up off the track. So unlucky, dude. Burton now in free air. Can he close that 14.8 second gap to Matty in 6th place? It's a tall order. He's only got another 2 laps to do it. So Matty pitting for fuel, I think, but actually not taking on a fresh set of tyres, so still there in 6th place. .9 seconds off the back of Yannick. Zico in 4th. Oh, so Tim has finally lost the position to Plat for Life up into 2nd place. I wondered when we were going to see it come. Plat for Life was starting to gain. I think he dropped back initially just to try and save his tyres a bit. Maybe try and save a bit of fuel as well. However, Racing Green still 5.5 seconds up the road at the start of lap 22. Almost having a moment there on the exit of turn 1. I'm doing a great job at the moment. He's looked after them tyres so well. Started on that set of wets. And he's going to take them to the end. And he's also got more than enough fuel. So he's calculated that perfectly. Just the right amount of fuel saving. Plat for Life has got the fuel indicator on his car. Has he got enough to get him through the final lap? He's got 2.6 seconds over Tim, who also has the fuel indicator showing. Is the McLaren going to make it through lap 23? And the GTRs. Ooh, and the Ferrari again as well. And the BMW. So interestingly, are the guys with the fuel indicators flashing, are they going to have to stop for fuel? There's going to be a splash and dash on the final lap. Oh, Chris! Cameron! He's done it again! Through turn 1. That's unlucky, dude. Just getting his braking wrong through turn 1 and just ends up off the track. So Plat for Life having to fuel save now. Oh, somebody's had a spin up ahead. Racing Green is going to be coming up to that part of the track now. Who was it? Can we see the car? Not sure it was. I think everybody's settled down into their positions now. It doesn't look like there's any noticeable battles going on track. The gaps are all fairly spread out. Racing Green into the final sector now. Only 2 more turns through this sweeping right-hander into the left, onto the back straight, onto the start-finish straight. And Racing Green is going to take the checkered flag and the win. Plat for Life in the end takes second place. Tim is going to take third. GG Tim. Zico fourth in the end. Still has the final couple of turns, but does make it to the end on that fuel. That is running on fumes now though, isn't it? And a massive slide through the final turn. GG Zico. Yannick in 5th, Matty in 6th. Burton in the end there managed to make it back up to 7th place. Managed to make it up to 7th place in them horrendous conditions. Harry takes 8th in the end. Kept 19.3 seconds off the back of 8th place. Will take 9th. Ponzani takes 10th. And BX Royal. How is that thing still going? Look at how little fuel that thing has. That is insane. GG BX. He takes 11th. McKenna. Oh, McKenna has just run out of fuel. Takes 12th though. Hill comes home in 13th, and Alessandro takes 14th in the end. And we had the DC from Mafio. But that was it, guys. Once again, the results for you in this round 7. So we had Racing Green taking the win there. Plat for Life took 2nd place. Tim took 3rd. We had Zico with the fastest lap, 1:55.368, and 4th place. We had Yannick in 5th. Matty was 6th. Burton 7th. Harry was 8th. Kep in 9th. Ponzani 10th. BX in 11th. McKenna was 12th. Hill was 13th. Alessandro 14th. And Mafio finished. Actually, no, he didn't finish, did he? He DC'd, so DNF'd. But that was it, guys, anyway, for this round. We'll be back next week with the final round. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. I've been your boy Vex. This has been the Tier 1 drivers from the Aero League Racing's GT7 Championship. Good night.